doing military duty, answering their country's call. Take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you're proud of them. Make it very clear. Tap them on the shoulder, give a smile, and say, thanks for what you're doing to keep us safe in the USA. And I concur. That's my soapbox, and I'm sticking to it.
The following program is presented by Kevin Shorey Ministries, whose mission is to fulfill the Great Commission by spreading the word that Jesus is the answer for this world today. What time is it? Why, it's time for AM Kevin. That's right. From Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee, it's time once again for another edition of AM Kevin. Starring evangelist, composer, and gospel artist Kevin Shorey and the entire AM Kevin Club gang. And now, from the AM Kevin Studios located in Stonebridge Books and Gifts in beautiful Ashland City, Tennessee, reaching coast to coast and around the world with the message that Jesus is the answer for this world today, is your host, Kevin Shorey.
Good morning and welcome to the AM Kevin Club. Isn't it a great day to serve the Lord? We're cheering because we got some great guests today. The one and the only Diane, the one and the only Dean Holmen are here today. They're going to help us. Thanks, see? They're going to help. I didn't even do that. That was perfect. They're going to help us in our Veterans Week this week. It's going to be a full week. Wanted to share with you, though, how wonderful it was to be in Beaver Creek, Ohio this past weekend. And there at Day Spring Ministries with Kenny and Jackie Day, we had such a great time. People just worshiping the Lord. People being healed by the power of God. We still believe in the power of healing. Jehovah Rapha is our healer. And so we saw God heal. I mean, everything from necks and backs and legs. I mean, people's just doing things they couldn't do before without pain. God just removing pains and aches and really speaking words of wisdom to many people just need to hear that everything is going to be all right. Don't you know with God, everything's going to be all right. And I'm glad that you are watching today. I am glad. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put on my timer. I got to get my timer up here because we do a special 30-minute just for you Alabamans that are watching on Destiny Television. And it's like my Monday because I didn't do a Monday yesterday. I was just so worn out from the trip. It was only 5.5 hours from here to Ohio, and I felt like I went 50 hours and when I got home. Between that and we've got some new internet system here in the Stonebridge Books and Gifts, 116 North Main Street in Ashland City, Tennessee. A wonderful place. And so we're hoping everything's going to be good and live for you, those that are watching on Facebook and YouTube. And if not, then don't worry because it's being recorded and you will see it on Facebook and YouTube later. As I was reaching in my pocket when I got to Ohio, I found this note that I must have gotten, I don't know, a year, 2, 3 years ago, but at least before last winter because it was in my coat that I took to Ohio and it was encouraging. I love it. Not only do I love the animals, but thank you. This was a Cliff and Joyce because I know they're stationary. Cliff and Joyce out there in St. Louis, this is your stationery that blessed me and ministered to me again a year or two later. Kevin, praying health over you. And so that gets me through. I love it. Thank you for all my partners and all that help us. Whether you're an AM Kevin Club member, you have the AM Kevin Club mug at $11 a month because 11 rhymes with Kevin. And every beverage, even if it's water, tastes better in an AM Kevin Club mug. Yummy. Or monthly $38 a month because I've been in ministry for 38 years in ministry and as an evangelist. 38 years, but $38 a month. And we are sending out our 2022 magnet calendars for all of our family and friends and AM Kevin Club. And you get my newsletter. And anything that you donate in this month up until Christmas, or at least a week or two before Christmas, we're sending you our Christmas CD, Christ is Christmas. which, by the way, is going to be the name of our big Christmas special that'll be coming up, but I can't give the official announcement yet. I just feel wrong talking about Christmas. It hadn't even been Thanksgiving yet. So, but Christ is what Christmas is all about. Isn't that right? And God is so good. And we prayed for people in Ohio, and I'm praying for you right now. I'm praying that God will heal and touch you. He can do it. I don't have to lay my hands upon you. I don't have to be with you in person. Only the Lord has to be there in person, and the Lord is there with you, and He's healing, and He will touch you. Let's go to the Lord in prayer right now and believe for God's touch upon you. Many have sent in prayer requests, and we want to do that. We want to, first of all, start by praying for our country. We do lift our country up before God and our president and all of our leaders, whether Republican or Democrat. We pray with all those that sent into prayer requests. The McKay family. We pray for Casey, Linda, Ginger, and her granddaughter Elizabeth shall be saved. April and Jeff in their ministry. Sandy in Texas. Sandra in Arizona. John in Florida. Madeline and Atlanta here in Tennessee. God, for Karen in California, Leon, Lynn, and Josh. Touch Lynn, who had a bad fall, but God, strengthen him and help him. Carol in Indiana, Tammy and Hazel in Louisiana, Adam, Norma, Ann, Larry's mother-in-law just needs a touch in her back and in her bowels. God, help her. Laana and Gary's daughter back in the hospital in Kansas City. Deliver her and bring her out. And Jim, God, touch them all. Touch them, touch them, touch them. And I thank you, Lord. Touch my battery. I don't know if my battery's going or what. But God, I just thank you for your touch and your blessing on the people there in Ohio. Touch the people that are watching now. The people that, the victims' families in Houston after this concert and this horrible accident with all the 8 people that were killed and many wounded. Be with their families and be with the people involved with this. I thank you for the peace of Jerusalem, and I thank you that you hear our prayers and you answer. You go to meet, to work every need. You're a good and an awesome God, and we praise you and we thank you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. There's Kenny right there. Good morning to you, brother. We enjoyed being with you. Roger, we loved being with you in Topeka. We're going to come back there, I hope, soon. We need a revival, don't we, Brother Randall? You just say the word, I'm there. Darius and Steve, Cindy and Ginger, Dwayne is there, and Sandy. Hi, Miss Sandy. Thank you so much. She got in on the special. It's coming her way. We talked about last week. And Cliff and Joyce. You're watching us from Branson, Cliff and Joyce. And I said I found your note just from a couple years ago in the pocket of my jacket. And it ministered to me again, praying for health over you. Isn't that great? I think it might have even sent it before I got COVID. So it's been with me the whole time. Praying for health over all these things. Thank you, Cliff and Joyce. And we got some great guests here today. I am so great to kick off Veterans Week with a veteran of the Army who's been on our program many times. Dean Holmen's been here, and then there's, so now you can wave. Here we go. There we go. Now we're on. And I'm not fast enough to get the applause.
Please don't rush
button.
the stage.
Yes, don't rush the stage. Ruthie might. But we're glad you're here. You were in the Army, and Miss Diane's husband was in the Army as well. We got some stories we might be able to share here just a little bit. But we got to start with some songs. And, of course, one of my favorite songs that Dean always comes on and does is he's got to do Dear Hank, because it talks about country music, and I love it. I love it. You wrote this song. It's been a hit for you.
Well, not as much for me as it has been for other people that have recorded it.
Yes, but you wrote it.
I did write it.
So their hit is your hit.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll go with that too.
Cha-ching, yes.
Mailbox money.
So get a good close-up on him, because we're going to have him sing it. Here it is, Dear Hank. Here's Dean Holmen to kick off the show. Yay!
Dear Hank, would you look what they have done to take your country music all the way to #1? They've replaced your boots and cowboy suits. They closed all their doors, so twin Texas fiddles never cry out anymore. You left this world New Year's Eve back in '52. I never got to see you play, so I'm feeling mighty blue. The new country stars are like none you've ever seen. They wear short-cut skirts and muscle shirts, got holes torn in their jeans. Now I'm no Calvin Klein, and my thoughts are way behind. I've been known to take a drink to help myself unwind. This new breed of singers, they have nothing left to hide. I just wished when they would take the stage, they would do it with a little pride. Dear Hank, would you look what they have done to take your country music all the way to #1. They replaced your boots and cowboy suits. They closed all their doors, so twin Texas fiddles never cry out anymore. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's tell them how I really feel.
How you really feel, yeah. Don't hold back.
Loud screaming guitars that are played with metal bars turn your head in circles till you don't know where you are. Times sure are a-changin', we're gonna have to do it their way. Well, if those are my choices, I'd rather just not play. Dear Hank, would you look what they have done to take your country music all the way to #1. They replaced your boots and cowboy suits. They closed all their doors, so twin Texas fiddles never cry out anymore. No, those twin Texas fiddles never cry out anymore. Oh, take us home with those fiddles.
Yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it. I hear those twin fiddles, I think of my father-in-law. Always kept that.
Yes, he did.
He kept the fiddles in there. And so good. But, you know, you had to hit with country music and all, but you have served our country. You know, I meant to say on my soapbox, today is actually the day that the Berlin Wall fell, and so George W. Bush made November the 9th World Freedom Day. So happy World Freedom Day to everybody.
Well, happy World Freedom Day.
But there would be no freedom if it wasn't for our vets, and thank you for your service.
Well, it was an honor to be part of it.
Yes, or what are these, tell us about the medals or the things that you're wearing.
Well,
on.
this is actually a good conduct one. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, I was a nice guy back then.
You are a nice guy. I'm not shocked at all.
And then the middle one is a blue overseas ribbon. That was from when I was over in Germany.
Oh, wow.
So I was over there, and
Yes.
then the other one is just the Army service ribbon.
Okay. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you. And yes, tell me if you're going to go close so that they don't think there's an earthquake. And then I'll switch the camera.
Found every wrinkle on my face with that.
Yeah,
camera.
I think she did, but
Could hold a 3-day rain.
I certainly appreciate your help. That's for sure. But were you just starting out in the Army? You were telling me a story earlier about the time that Ronald Reagan was.
Yeah, you know, and you got to remember now. This was peacetime. We weren't in any
early '80s. Yeah.
No wars, nothing going on, but we still had readiness exercises all the time. And I remember that we just got done doing our morning run, and it was about 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And all of a sudden, they called a post-wide alert.
Yeah.
And everybody had to go. We had no idea what they do this all the time, but then they had us out sitting on a runway in C-130 airplane with all our stuff ready to go anywhere in the world. within 30 minutes, and this was when Ronald Reagan was shot.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know if it was a terrorism
Right.
or anything else.
Similar in 9/11, what they did.
And so
all.
that was their first reality. You know, nowadays they do that, and they're going over to Kuwait or somewhere,
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't ready. You know, I was. You know, I had plans for after work that day.
Yeah, right. So how long did you serve then?
4 years.
Yeah. And what did you do? What was your...
It was a 12B10, which is a combat engineer. That's glorified infantry. We get to ride in trucks.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's fun.
And you know,
Whether you
build
see any
bridges
action or
and
not, yeah.
Yeah.
You see action with... I don't know why, it just stuck in my head. Mel used to always say he served his country because he said, you know, what did you do? And he was a baker, actually. They had him baking pies and cakes or whatever. So he served his country pies, cakes. He served his country
Well,
in the
my
Air Force.
grandfather was a barber in World War I.
Yeah,
That was what he did.
yeah.
Just cut hair.
No, that's awesome. And, you know, you got any word for all the veterans that might be watching today? And
Glad they served, and
Yeah.
you know, I just got the utmost respect for all veterans.
me too.
And I always have. You know,
That
I wasn't
poem.
probably the best serviceman and veteran myself, but
Well,
you know, they've dropped the ball on them.
yeah.
Our governments.
Oh, don't get me started on that
Yeah.
today. I could get back on my soapbox. It's
Yep.
just right over
Well,
there.
I'll probably be right there with you, and that's why I do what I do, is because you know they really deserve everything we can do for them.
Yeah, no, it's true, and I do. Whenever I see anybody in uniform or anybody with even a hat like yours, you know, thank you for your service. I really do honor them because we are what we are as our country because of our veterans. I used to have a T-shirt that I offered all the time, and I'm sure it's still available if you want it, but it would say, you know, it's not the poet that gave us freedom of speech. It's not the lawyer that gave us the right to a fair trial. It's not the politician that gives us the right to vote. It's the veteran. It's the veteran that gives us all those rights. And yeah, there's a whole list on that T-shirt, but it's so true.
Yes, it is.
What's a screaming eagle? I just saw a screaming eagle on your hat.
Well, that's old Abe, the eagle from the 101st Airborne.
Oh, wow.
His name was Abe, and the Screaming Eagle.
He was a screaming eagle. Wow. Okay. That means like a jet screaming?
No,
like an
I
eagle?
don't think so.
Oh.
I think that's just his name.
Oh.
It's fear in the hearts of all the enemies.
Is that what it is?
Fear in the hearts. That's right. Miss Diane, talk to us about, you know a little bit about this country, and we're going to have you sing a song. And then, why
Yes.
don't you sing a song? Why don't you sing one of your latest, greatest right now?
My latest,
Let's do that. You
my
got
latest greatest.
you got sound on your microphone?
I think I do. I think I do.
Think I do? I think I do. Who's a think I do?
Hang on a second. Sounds like something from Australia, doesn't
I think I
it?
do.
I
Yes.
think I do.
It's from an animal
Yeah.
in Australia.
Okay.
This is Diane Barry, folks. By the way, Facebook, Diane is Diane. Barry is just like the blueberry,
Right.
Berry. Dean Holmen, Holmen. They are found on Facebook. If you like their music, it is available. And also, your fiance and you have joint effort on website.
That's right. We have a new website. Joe Wade Smith and I is www.joeanddiane.com.
That's it.
Yep.
JoeandDiane.com.
JoeAnd.
So they can find like the song you're
And are
about
they
to do.
ever good?
Yeah, well, he's great. I was going to play a song, but anyway, we'll have to have him on.
Right.
Yeah, y'all together.
Well, I'm going to sing a song for you
Let's do it.
that anywhere I sing, I usually open with this song because it's cheerful and
Good.
it tells you that no matter what's going on in your life, you always have to look for the sunshine because believe it or not, it's there
It is.
somewhere. Well, it's such a pretty world today.
Yeah.
Well, look at the sunshine today and every day since I met you. It's such a pretty world today, knowing that you're mine. And happiness is being close to you. And though the rain may fall, my skies will all be blue. If I look close enough, the sun will come shining through. 'Cause it's such a pretty world today.
Come on.
Well, look at the sunshine today and every day since I met you. Today and every day since I met you.
Woo!
Thank you.
That's Diane Barry.
Thank you
That
very
is a
much.
great song.
It's a cheerful song.
It is. Did you write that song?
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's an old song.
It sounded familiar, but I thought, well,
yeah.
she could have wrote it.
No, it's been around for a long time.
That is a
Take the
good.
credit for it.
Well, in a minute, I want you to do a song that's been around even longer. A song, a patriotic song. I said pick a patriotic song, and as you sing it, maybe we can chime in. I don't know.
Yeah,
we
that'd be
don't
wonderful.
want to mess you up, but I want you to do that. But your late husband
Yes.
was in the Army.
He was James Russell Workman.
All right.
Was a Chief Warrant Officer helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
And he was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And he flew Huey gunships,
Whoa.
and then he went from Hueys to Cobras gunships.
Whoa.
And
He was a screaming cobra.
oh man,
Screaming eagle.
Yeah.
Cobra.
he used to say it was 180 pounds of romping, stomping, airborne heck,
Yeah.
or HELL.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
hick.
Right. And then when he got out of Vietnam, he was stationed here in the United States for a while, home country. Then he went to Hawaii for 3 years, and he was a Cobra gunship instructor pilot.
Whoa.
And while he was there, there was something that happened that he was able to be awarded the prestigious Broken Wing Award,
Yeah.
which not very many pilots have ever gotten. He was coming back into land, the airstrip in Hawaii, and all the hydraulics went out of the helicopter, the Cobra.
Oh,
And usually when
goodness.
that happens, there's no recovery, and the chopper
Right. It just goes-
crashes, kills
yeah.
everybody. But he worked with it and got the hydraulics back enough to get closer to the landing strip, and then they went out again. And he repeated what he did, and he actually put it on the ground, a little hard, but he put it on the ground. So he saved the helicopter and all of his crew. So what he did, they put in the manual about how to recover, and that won him, or he was awarded the prestigious Broken Wing Award.
Wow.
And he was most proud of that.
Yeah.
Of all the other medals he got, he was mostly proud of that.
Yeah.
And President Trump wrote him a letter.
Really?
Yes, I've got it framed
I
at
bet.
home, thanking
Ah.
him for his service and for
That's
what he
great.
did.
Yeah.
And very proud of that. Very proud of Russell.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you miss him dearly. And
I do.
Man, we are so thankful for men like that, and men and women who
Yes.
who serve so faithfully for us. I mean, they don't. I get choked up too because they're going over not knowing if they're going to give their life and don't they care, but they don't care because they rather
Right.
serve their country and to give their best, their life's blood for this country.
That's right.
And
Russell, like so many other soldiers that were in Vietnam, were exposed to Agent Orange. Russell was exposed every day, just churning it up in his helicopters. And then the last 5 years of his life, bless his heart, he had so many problems: chronic congestive heart failure, renal failure, pulmonary disease, and
so he
but-
did give his life.
yes, he did.
for
But at
this
the very
country.
last, he told me that if it was possible, he would go back and do it again.
Come on, see, that's real. Ah,
It does choke you up, don't
it is. It chokes me up
Son of a
because
gun.
God bless him, and he is definitely gaining his reward in heaven. Because it reminds me even deeply of a man who gave his life for all of us so that we could live forever. And people that give their life, the veterans that give their life for our country, so that we could have the freedom to worship that same Jesus who gave his life, so that we can be that country that we were meant to be. Otherwise, the communist, the socialist, the dictator would love to get their hands on this great country. But because of our veterans, we can live free. And because of Jesus, we are free. Whom the Son
Amen.
sets free is free indeed. From the very beginning, I'm going to just read Genesis 12, that we're going to sing. And then we've got it's almost time to say goodbye in the first half to all those out there in Alabama. You're in Alabama today, Dean. Don't
Hey,
you
how
love
about that?
Alabama? Yes. Where were you born? raised. Yeah.
I'm from Wisconsin.
On your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wisconsin. I forgot
know
I'm on
you were-
TV here, aren't
I
I?
know you were a Yankee, but I just was
Yeah,
yeah.
north as they get.
Alabama, meet Wisconsin. There you go. Now, Diane, let me see. I'm going to guess Midwest.
Amarillo, Texas.
Texas. Okay, I got the
Yeah.
west part.
Yes, yes.
Amarillo, 72-ounce steak, and you get it free. I know.
Not
So-
me.
No, not me either. I'm almost tempted, but you know what I'm talking about right off the highway.
I
there,
do. The big
yeah,
Texan.
The
Yeah.
big Texan. But, Abraham was told to go out of the land that he was in, and he was going to be a great nation. And I'm taking that for America today. In Genesis 12, verses 2 and 3, God said, my heart's desire is to make you a great nation and to bless you. I think it's his desire for America if we'll let him. President, vice president, leaders, come on. If we'll let him. He wants to bless us. I want to make your name great so you may be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And in you, all the families of this earth will be blessed. And that has happened in the past for America. And I pray America will continue to take the mantle, not only given by the Lord and the mandate, just that he wants to bless us that bless him. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. In Hebrews. But also to take the mantle that's given to us by our veterans, what they have given to us, so that we will serve this nation, all of us, and be honorable to this nation. It's not time for our nation to be divided. Abraham Lincoln said in the time that we were the most divided, that a house divided cannot stand, and a nation divided cannot stand. And we must come back together and find common ground. We can. We can find common ground and definitely push the principles that God has given us and that we're allowed to have in this country because of our veterans. Well, this is Veterans Week, and we're just starting here, Facebook, YouTube, and some of our wonderful Chuck Bryant's network, our podcast, our ALG network. Thank you, Roy Young, and WIGN. All of those will continue in the full hour. But those that are watching on Destiny Television, we have got to go. But before we go, we have got to have a good patriotic song. Miss Diane, just lead us in this America the Beautiful.
Oh. Let me find it. Hang on a second.
All right. I was going to show off while you're finding it. I was going to show off my I Love Veterans sticker that Ruthie brought.
That's right.
I'm going to wear one every day. All right. Are we ready?
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above thy fruited plain. America, America, God shed your grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
That's our prayer.
Beautiful.
Amen and amen. We'll see y'all next time out there in Destiny Television and all the other networks. God bless you. Remember, Jesus is the answer for this nation. Jesus is the answer for you and me. He's the answer for this whole wide world. He is the answer for this world today. Above him there is no other. Jesus is the way. See you next time. Bye, everybody.
This brings to a close another edition of AM Kevin. We're glad you were able to join us. The AM Kevin Show is presented Monday through Friday, featuring evangelist, composer, and gospel artist Kevin Short.
Yeah, that's good. All right. And then we're back. We had to cut because of time of the thingy. And so now we're back. I just got to find it. Yeah, we even have a song that says we're back. Although we never left. Everybody's still watching. That was live, right?
We're back.
See?
Yes, it's
Gotta wear
time
back.
for another half hour of AM Kevin. And now, here once again is your host, Kevin Shorey.
That's me. Thomas, I haven't heard from Thomas in a while. And the Henrys, good to hear from you. Connie Joe, maybe that's just one Henry. It's Connie Joe. You're not often enough for me to know even where you're from. I like to know where. Does anybody know Connie Joe Henry? Okay. Well, thanks for watching today, Connie Joe. She might have been in Ohio, a new watcher. She's a new watcher. Maybe. I don't know. Let us know, Connie Joe. Let us know, Connie Joe. Kenny Day says y'all are sounding good, especially Diane.
Aw.
Said you're looking good and not so much with Dean. But anyway, just kidding. Karen in San Jose, her husband died from Agent Orange exposure 9 years ago. He was 21 years in the Marine Corps. Wow. Where would we be without our veterans? Ginger says, God bless all veterans. Karen says, Charlene agrees. Leon Lundstrom's in the house. Can you mention we're having Jeff and Sherry Easter at the Minnesota Gospel Opry? Yes, nice. November the 13th. Yes, so those are watching. Anybody, good friends, neighbors, family, in-laws, outlaws, invite them to the Minnesota Gospel Opry. That's in Lakeville, Minnesota. And to Crossroad Church. And the Easters are going to be there. That's good. Jeff and Sherry Easter. Is Jeff Easter... Do y'all know? Y'all know better than I would. Are the Easters any relation to the Easter Brothers? Remember the Easter Brothers?
I don't, but I.
Oh
but
man, those guys were good.
I watched the Easters on the
Jeff and Sherry.
Right.
Oh, they're the best.
Gaither
good
shows.
Mitchell Wisnan is going to be on the program here in the next week. I think it is something. But we got a good week this week. By faith, we're having some other guests come up the rest of this week for veterans. But let's see. Pastor Beatty's in the house. Gary from Madisonville, Kentucky. All right, Gary. It's a new watcher. There we go. Do y'all know Gary Gates?
I don't.
Sometimes y'all bring people over, and so that's why I keep asking you if you know who they are. Karen, good old friend Karen, is in the house, and Cliff and Joyce, of course. And glad we're back. I'm glad to hear you guys sing. We got to have another song.
We do.
We do. You want to sing the other favorite? You sing 2 songs every time you come because they're my favorites. I'm sure you have others, but you got to do Crystal Chandelier.
I always like that one because I got to know the writer of that song.
Yes. Yeah, who wrote that?
Ted Harris.
Yeah.
And
is there a story behind the song?
No, not as much as the story behind it, but I've always loved the song, and I got to meet him about 10 years ago, and I used to have breakfast with him every Friday morning.
Really?
Over on Broadway, not West End Avenue. We used to have a little, it was called Music Row Breakfast.
Yeah.
And I got to know him pretty well, and I told him I wanted to cut that song, and then he gave me, there's one line in that song that he wanted me to change.
Yeah.
So I got the only original version of it now.
All right. Well, point to me when that new line is in there, okay, when you're singing it.
So if you sing along, if you know the song and sing along, you're going to think I blew the words.
But you didn't.
But I didn't, because it's what he wrote in there and told me because he said the old line has a different meaning nowadays compared to back then.
What was the old line?
About the gaiety.
Oh, yeah. So he
wanted to pull that out.
That word's been stolen.
Now watch me blow it and do the original version.
No. I don't want to mess you up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dean Holmen again. Here he is with the golden crystal chandeliers.
Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall, with a timely crowd that has you laughing loud, help you dry your tears. When the new wears off of your crystal chandelier, I never did fit in too well with folks you knew, and it's plain to see that the likes of me don't fit with you. So you traded me for the chance to be with the well-to-do.
I love it.
And you turned away from the love I offered you. Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall. Will a timely crowd that has you laughing loud help you dry your tears? When the new air's off of your crystal chandelier, I see your picture in the news most every day. You're the chosen girl of the social world, so the stories say. But a paper smile only lasts a while, then it fades away. And the love we knew will come home to you someday. Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall. Will a timely crowd that has you laughing loud help you dry your tears? When the new wears off of your crystal chandelier. When the new wears off of your crystal chandelier.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it, Dean. Thank you so much. I
You're
just
more than
appreciate
welcome.
When you come and sing those songs, and after you sing those songs on the show, then you can sing anything else you want, but you got to do those every time. They're the classics. They're the hits. I mean, you said somebody who else had the Dear Hank hit? Who was
Oh,
the other
just no major artists, but a couple different people have recorded, and
that'd been on my
I
show?
know I got a royalty check on it for $1,800.
See, that's free
Wow,
money. That's not
nice.
bad.
That's as much as I put into the whole first album.
There
so.
you go. That is great, and I love it. The Crystal Chandelier. That's a good song. That is good. And I love
They billed me for my version of it.
Yeah, of course. But I was gonna say I really do appreciate real country. You know, like Mel would before he'd perform. 9 times out of 10, anytime I saw him in concert, Mel would say, "And now here's some real country." And you know, and in the way he dressed his band all the time, the Statesiders, he always dressed them up in matching suits. He said, "And now this is the way,
They
you know,
should look."
country music should look. You know, and this is the way we look." Anyway, he just kept. I like the old traditions too,
Me too.
and the fiddles and the steel. A country song without steel, I guess it's possible.
No.
but just not really.
Not really.
Not really.
No,
I'm trying to be as nice as possible.
me too. I
All
just
right.
said no.
You would have said no.
I would have
No.
said more, but I just said no.
Right.
I have a feeling you have a few opinions on that. You know,
Yes, I do.
since you wrote the song about it and all. So before we get into your opinions, I'll just go this route.
Okay.
Well, it's time for Kevin's Joke of the Day.
I wanted to find a joke. I wanted to find a joke that was, Gary. I was going to say Gary in Kentucky. I did just recently meet him. And so I'm glad you're watching today, Gary, out of Kentucky. And yeah, traditional country is the best. I'm not saying that the other is bad, the other music, but just don't call it
Country.
what it's not, right?
Right.
Yeah. You can't, eat a ham sandwich and call it chicken. But anyway, Patty's watching from Missouri. Okay, so here's my joke of the day. Are you ready for
Yep,
this?
I'm ready for this.
It printed out light, so I've got to really hold it in the light. As he and his staff were standing near a brand F-15 fighter, you know what that is? What's an
Sure.
F-15 fighter?
Jet fighter.
Oh, it's a
Jet
jet.
fighter.
Oh, it's a Screaming Eagle. As the what was it, a sergeant? General and his staff were standing near a brand new F-15 fighter, a pair of twin brothers who looked like they had just stepped off a Marine Corps recruiting poster walked up to them. The chief of staff walked up to them, stuck out his hand and introduced himself. And he looked at the first young man and asked, "Son, what skills can you bring to the Air Force?" The young man looked at him and said, "I'm a pilot." The general have you heard this one?
No.
The general gets all excited and turns to his aide and says, get him into the Marine Corps today. All the paperwork, get it done, everything, do it. The aide hustled the young man off. The general looked at the second young man and asked, what skills do you have for the Air Force? He's a pilot. Well, the young man said, I chop wood. The general replied, son, we don't chop wood or need wood choppers in the Air Force. What do you know how to do? He says, well, I chop wood. He said, young man, huffing, the general said, young man, you're not listening to me. We don't need wood choppers. This is the 20th century, 21st century. The joke must have been written in the 20th. It says 20th. This is the 21st century. Well, the young man said, you hired my brother. He says, of course we did. Said, so of course we did, said the general. He's a pilot. The young man rolls his eyes and says, so what? I have to chop it before he can pilot. Chop into one. Wait for it. Have you heard that one before?
I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't see it. When I saw it, I said, that is perfect for the show.
Yeah,
well, I got to chop it before he can pilot.
That's right.
I love it. Got any jokes? No, that's dangerous. I better not go.
You don't want me to go there.
No, what we need is another Diane song for sure.
We do.
We got to.
Goodness.
Yes, we got to get a good Diane song. You can find her music, joeanddiane.com, or on Facebook. Larry is putting it up on YouTube and Facebook, so all you live watchers right now on Facebook and YouTube. And Larry and I are getting together, and we got a new thing. We figured out how to put these on the screen on Facebook while we're live.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I always knew it could be done, just didn't know how to do it, you know. But now we're going to start doing that. But until then, he's posting it. So, or it's Diane Berry, which is Berry.
On Facebook.
And what's that?
On Facebook.
On Facebook. And also Dean Holmen on Facebook. Holmen is Holmen. I know there's an A-N and there's an E-N.
Yes, sir.
He is the E-N.
Even in our family, we got an A-N and an E-N.
Really?
Don't ask me how that ever happened.
Yeah.
My cousin spells his name with an A-N.
Yes.
Did I ever tell you that my maiden name is Holmen?
I knew that.
Holman.
You're the
Holmen.
A-N,
I'm
Holmen.
the A-N. Yeah.
Wow,
It's my maiden name.
that's good. And by the way, you're getting married.
I am.
Since you said he was your fiance.
He's my fiance.
Do we have a
Do
date?
you have a
yet?
date?
Joe-
Exactly.
No.
Pin him down now. Let's
No,
get this. Let's get this out on TV
Get
here.
this show on the road. Get
Joe
him here to
Wade
the
Smith.
show. I'll push him.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
get her.
okay.
We'll get her done. Get her done. Thank you, Larry.
We're not in any hurry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Well, if you wanted to be, I can help.
Oh, thank you.
Tell everybody. Everybody knows who he is too. This is Joe
Wade Smith.
Wade Smith, who's
Wonderful
a great
singer.
country artist in his own
Great
right.
voice.
And he is. We go every Wednesday to listen to them. Well, we did
We-
during the summer.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
at the campground out there. There's those two singing.
Where do you go? What campground? So maybe
Well, we
next summer.
played this last summer at Two Rivers Campground on
Okay.
Music Valley Drive in Nashville.
Wow.
Just a nice place to go out and bring a little cooler with some sandwiches and sit out and listen to a couple hours of those two sing, and just a wonderful way to spend a Wednesday night.
I'm
Right.
going to go on a date. We have a date night usually on Thursday. We'll move it up one day to go
Okay.
next
Well,
summer.
We're going to play at Sidelines in Pleasant View on December 4th, which is a nice
I know
restaurant.
exactly where
okay?
that is. Yes.
December
When-
4th.
We're December
Ashland
4th.
City version or the Pleasant View version?
Pleasant View.
The Pleasant
Pleasant
View.
View.
Yeah, there's two of them.
So come on down.
Oh, December 4th. Oh, I'll be on
No?
the road.
Are
Yeah.
you, okay.
I'm December 5th in New York City.
Okay. Oh,
New York
nice.
So
City.
yeah,
Okay.
I got a long drive.
Get a rope.
I think
What's
we're,
that?
we're playing there
Get
the
a rope.
4th and the 17th.
Yes, but Ruthie would just kick me if I did not. No, she would. She's too nice. If I didn't mention Music City Hayride coming up.
Oh,
Anybody
yes.
in Nashville this week?
Oh yeah.
Tell us
right.
where, when, what's the time and date, and who's all going to be there.
Who's going to be there is a guess on my part, but I never remember that.
I
but
know there's a Hawks. I've never heard.
Hawkshaw Hawkins Jr. Yes.
Yes,
Son,
that's
son of the
awesome.
legendary Hawkshaw.
Diane
Diane Sherrill will be
who's
there.
been on here. That I do know. You'll be there.
I'll be there. Alan Carl will be there. Diane
Alan.
Berry is there every time.
Yes,
Diane.
she'll be there. Oh man, see, that's worth the price of the ticket right there.
I
But
don't
actually,
buy
do
it. I
you
don't
do
have
tickets?
one.
You
Well,
you get in right to the Music City, and then you give a donation, or is there a ticket?
Actually, there's it's a $10 ticket. We
$10,
give
right.
all that money to our charities.
Yes.
We fund our shows
But veterans
strictly
are
through-
free. I
Yes,
know that.
veterans are free. And it's Friday, November
Friday.
12th at
This
2
Friday.
p.m.
2 p.m.
I should know this, shouldn't I?
Yeah, like I'm thinking, Cliff and Joyce watching in Branson. Come on by.
2416
Nashville
Music
before-
Valley Drive. It's a beautiful theater. They just redid the whole thing in there now.
It's called
Yeah.
the Troubadour.
It's called just the Troubadour now.
Yeah, it's just
the
the
Nashville Troubadour, I think is what they call it.
Troubadour Nashville. All right.
No longer the Texas Troubadour. 'Cause that's
No,
a trademark name.
That went out with Ernest
Correct.
Tubbs and all the rest,
Mhm.
huh? The bus
Yes.
is the bus still over there next door?
It is still there.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
If you can get it out, it's yours.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's cool. We did a whole show in there one time.
That's,
Who were we with that time? Were you there? No, it was the first time. I know exactly who it is. I was thinking of the other guy who was there because we had 2 guests that day in the bus. I did the whole show. I showed the store first, and then we walked in the bus, and there was Bobby G. Rice. And so we did Bobby G. Rice and the other guy. The other guy I
The
can't
other guy.
think of. But I'll think of it afterwards, too. He has his own label, I think, or he only that one time, and he hasn't been back. But he's been, anyway. But I love that area, and I love my brother-in-law plays across the way in the same parking lot at the Nashville City.
Nightlife.
Music City Bar and Grill.
Could be.
But on Sundays, he plays at the Troubadour.
Yes, he does play the Troubadour. But the other, what's the other?
Oh, that is
Is-
Music City Bar and Grill that
Yeah,
Sonny
which is-
Boy plays at.
Yeah.
And then he does Tuesdays and Sundays, I think, at the Troubadour.
Yeah.
You need to go see him, too. He does a great
I
job.
know.
Gosh, he does a good job.
You know, for a long time, he wouldn't do Mel's songs. He wanted to do his own because he's written some great. I mean, when I think about Angels, and it's a lot of songs that were hits for him. And it's not that he didn't like his dad's songs. It's just like he's doing his own career, and I could never be like my dad. And now he takes it as a mission to just keep his dad's legacy alive.
And
in
that's
those songs.
great. I'm glad he
And
is.
he does so good. He sounds like him a lot of times, just like him. But anyway, that's my family, and you're my guest. I don't want to talk about my family. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. But Diane,
Yes, sir.
let's do another song before we
right.
say goodbye to everybody.
I want to say first, y'all may not know it, but Ruth Brown and I go back quite a ways. I first met Ruth on the set of the television show Nashville.
Really?
We were extras
at
on
Nashville?
the television show
Yes.
Nashville. Yes,
I've had a
so
couple sisters on that show. Sister-in-law.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But this is a song that I wrote for my mama. And it's called Take My Hand.
You're gonna
Oh,
make
I
me
love
cry.
this one.
Yeah, she's gonna make me cry. Here we
Yeah,
go.
you and me both.
Gotta get the tissue.
Take my hand, Father, please. I can't make it on my own. Help me stand, Father, please. Lift me up and take me home. I've traveled far, my journey long. My burdens weigh me down. Oh, I'm tired, dear Lord. My strength is gone. My arms reach for you now. Take my hand, Father, please. I can't make it on my own. Help me stand, Father, please. Lift me up and take me home. My life's light grows dim with age. How I long to see your face. Help me now, dear Lord, to turn take my hand. Father, please. I can't make it on my own. Help me stand. Father, please. Lift me up and take me home. Lift me up and take me home.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Yep, you got me for sure.
Thank
Me
you.
too.
Love you, buddy. He just recently lost his wonderful wifey, and so it means a lot to
You
us.
sang for it.
Yeah, it did.
What an honor.
And I miss my mama. She just would have celebrated her birthday. 77th would have been just this couple days ago. And so, you know, that all comes back when we have folks that we love. Speaking of love, we love animals on this. They send me animal stationery all the time. And we got your baby. Now, we can see a little bit. Will sugar get picked up, or can we get, there's a little bit of sugar. There's a sugar. Look at Shugs. Here, get a,
Pick her up.
we can pick her, you know, we have to go out. This show's gone to the dogs a long time ago anyway.
Yes, this is
We
sugar.
look at Shugs. Tell us her whole name and why. We got to hear the whole story.
Well, she's embarrassed, but her registered name is Sugarfoot Darling.
Sugarfoot,
Yes.
darling.
And I named her that because the bottom of her hind feet, they're white. And when she walks away, it's like white, 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 white. And I said, aw,
Yeah.
Sugarfoot.
Ah, that's perfect.
She's
I love
precious.
it. Yes,
She's
and the
a
crowd is
sweetheart.
going wild. I know for sure.
Thank
For
you for having us today.
Yes, thank you for being here today. Thank you, Dean. Thank you.
You bet.
And Alan was going to come on, but he's been exhausted in recording and doing something with his artists, and he will be there at the Music City.
You'll be there Friday.
Yes, there as well. And we put up the link for that too. Y'all go. Y'all come, right?
Y'all
That's him.
come.
Y'all come. And we're going to go say goodbye, but we'll be back tomorrow. We're working on some more. You think it's possible we get the quilts? I'm mixing the two. Guitars of Valor. Is it Quilts of Valor? It is Quilts for America. But we would get the quilts. And Ray, just because I like his jacket, let's see if he can't. That bum.
Can I say one more thing?
Kidding, Ray. Yes.
I said, my prayer for the veterans, please, Lord, may the rest of your journey be a peaceful one.
Right. That's
Amen.
good. Yeah. Let me repeat. So some watch at the end and see the very beginning. Let me repeat. This is really good. When you see someone in a uniform, someone who serves us all, doing military duty, answering their country's call, take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you are proud of them. Make it very clear. Tap them on the shoulder, give them a smile, and say, thanks for what you're doing to keep us safe in the USA. I love it. Thank you all. Thank you all for watching today. We got a perfect run, no problem. We got new internet. It's working great. Hallelujah. Jesus is the answer for this world today. See y'all tomorrow. Come on.
This brings to a close another edition of AM Kevin. We're glad you were able to join us. The AM Kevin Show is presented Monday through Friday, featuring evangelist, composer, and gospel artist Kevin Shorey and the entire AM Kevin Club gang. If you'd like to contact us, you can call us at 844-47-KEVIN. That number once again is 844-475-3846. Or you can write us at Kevin Shorey Ministries, P.O. Box 222, Pleasant View, Tennessee, 37146. Our email address is kshorymen@aol.com, and you can also visit us at our website, kevinshorey.com. Join us again next time when we present another edition of AM Kevin. And remember, Jesus is the answer for this world today. AM Kevin is a part of the outreach ministry of Kevin Shorey Ministries, Inc., all rights reserved.